Hi guys, Rob here, and this is week 13 of the quarantine lockdown here in Cebu. So unfortunately this past week, COVID-19 cases have actually got worse in Cebu, and I believe it's the worst week in Cebu with the number of cases. I'm going to dive into that more and to see if Cebu can actually fix this problem. So let's look at the numbers worldwide first. As of today, there are over 9 million COVID-19 cases with 473,454 deaths. In graph form, daily cases is still rising, although the daily death rate has decreased from its peak. Looking at this by country, the USA is still at number 1 with over 2 million cases. Brazil, alarmingly, has now over 1 million cases, with Russia, India and the UK leading out the top 5. Looking at the Philippines, it's dropped back to number 40. It was number 38 last week. Looking at the daily number of deaths per country, Mexico was the highest on today's tally. So the Philippines now has over 30,000 cases with 8,143 recoveries. Of these, 20,990 are active cases. So in the past week, Cebu City alone had a bad week. The 16th of June, there were 203 new cases. The 17th, 201 new cases. The 18th, 143 new cases. On the 19th, 104 new cases. On the 20th, 126 new cases. On the 21st of June, 48 new cases. And on the 22nd, there were 37 new cases. This is a real concern. As I mentioned in last week's video, it's putting real pressure on Cebu's healthcare system. All the while, the local government was pushing positives such as lower mortality rates. I don't think this sat well with many people, particularly Manila, who've now sent a task force to try and get this under control. And to be fair, these times are unprecedented. Governments have never had to deal with something like this before. As I've shown, many countries are struggling with the spread of COVID-19. Densely populated areas are harder to control, which unfortunately Cebu falls under. Further to this, there was an interesting article from the University of the Philippines in regards to the pandemic in the Philippines. Keep in mind this was an article from the 8th of June. Some key points that I picked up: the pandemic is still spreading and the curve has not yet flattened. Average number of new cases per day in the Philippines was increasing as per this graph. They classified Cebu as a high risk area, which means the coronavirus is still spreading in the province, which should be a concern to both local and national governments. They recommended the government review its strategies for social distancing. With the easing of restrictions, it must be matched with tighter monitoring. Without continued vigilance, without this, in Cebu, the pandemic may get out of control. It's a really interesting article, and I only show the brief key points here. For more information, check out the link. To simplify this, I'm breaking it down into 3 groups. 1, government, 2, business, and 3, the people, that all have to work together. Governments need to be stricter and crack down on offences. Businesses need to have stricter procedures to keep not only the workers but the customers safe too. And looking to the people themselves, attitudes have to change, particularly in relation to the COVID-19, have to be stringent, and you cannot let your guard down. If all these 3 groups can do this, then we can beat this. Lately, seeing more news of the government cracking down on people breaking the law or breaking the rules is a great positive, and drumming this into the people that it cannot be tolerated anymore. And we need to get the economy running again. Businesses need to get back to work. And in the last couple of days, there has been a reduction in the number of COVID-19 cases in Cebu City. So hopefully that continues in the right direction. So some people have said that the flu kills more people than the coronavirus, which is true, but in the long term, the coronavirus is going to kill more within a year. I'll show you the stats. And of course, if no cure is found, CNN had an article. It only relates to the USA stats though. Nonetheless, it showed that the USA, there was an average of 331 flu deaths a day compared to the coronavirus of 739 deaths per day. That was up until 30 April. I've actually recalculated that to include today's date, and it's actually increased to 880 plus per day. The WHO estimates 650,000 people to die from diseases related to the flu. With COVID-19, it's nearing 500,000 already. So you can see that within a year's period, it's going to exceed the flu. So for some travel-related news, the Department of Tourism in the Philippines has come out stating they are looking into maybe opening up some areas of the Philippines to certain countries. Panglao Island in Bohol announced this week to be gradually opening its tourist accommodation. So in the Philippines, there are some signs of tourism slowly coming back. On the negative side, 214,000 babies from unplanned pregnancies are expected to be born next year. So this week I did manage to interview a couple of Panda drivers, their equivalent of Uber Eats back home. And I did try and maintain my social distancing with what's going on here. So guys, I'm going to talk to some Panda drivers here who are basically like Uber Eats. Are you busier than before the crisis?
Yes.
Much more busier? So now it's gone back to ECQ, you can't go into Cebu City.
Yeah, because we have no permit.
No permit.
No permit.
But before it was easy to go, like last week before the ECQ, was easier to go back and forth to Cebu City?
Yes.
Okay. Traffic,
It's less.
it's getting worse or?
No, it's getting less. It's easy to drive.
Easy to drive now.
Yeah.
So deliveries are quicker.
Yeah, quicker.
Per delivery you get paid or?
No, per delivery.
Per delivery.
Per delivery.
And how much, is it okay if I ask how much you get per delivery?
It's depend on the distance.
Oh, okay. So in Mandawi, roughly, for Mandawi, how much roughly approximate per delivery?
55 pesos.
55
per delivery.
And that's what you keep? Panda doesn't take any of that?
No.
Okay. So you're making more deliveries now because of the pandemic, more people are ordering at home?
Not so, sir.
Not so, sir. Not so,
We
sir.
are very many riders.
There's more competition. Like,
Yeah.
So there's been more riders come online since the pandemic. So before there was less drivers, is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
yes.
So now with the pandemic, more people more drivers.
Like now, sir, we don't have no orders yet.
Okay,
No, I'm just
I'm 1 year.
you're 1 year?
There's no
week.
riders.
1 week. No
1
riders.
week. Oh, so you started to make money
Yeah.
during the crisis, and you?
1 week.
What? I see you knew as well. Okay, you can work 2 hours or 8 hours, depends on how much you want.
Depends on our shift, sir.
How many deliveries do you do roughly per day?
I do 14 deliveries.
Roughly about 14 per day.
14.
Okay.
50 or like that. It depends on your schedule and
So about 14 to 15 deliveries a day is common.
yeah.
Sir.
And how long have you noticed a big difference from when the crisis started? How different is it now?
So hard because today we have a crisis like now the COVID-19.
Yeah.
It's a big difference before and now.
But you're a bit busier than before?
It's quick busy before than today because today we only have like 15 to 20 orders. Then it's a big difference because before with no COVID-19 we can get a 30 orders or 20, 25 like that.
So you get actually more orders before the crisis?
Yes, more orders before the crisis.
But do you think it's because there's more drivers now?
That's one of the struggling today because there are many new riders today, sir.
So they're getting some of your orders that you would have done previously
Yes,
because
sir.
there's more drivers. So the problem now is there's too many drivers.
The problem of too many drivers, sir, is not a big deal, sir, because the main problem today, sir, there are no more orders because of crisis. The people
No money
had
to buy.
no money to buy.
So people don't have money to buy
Yes, sir.
the food. So
It's okay to have many riders because there are many stores
Yeah.
here in Cebu City and Mandawi. But the people that order, like the people, no money today
because they're not
of the
working, so they
crisis.
can't afford to buy food. So
Yes, sir.
That's the problem. Okay, so I guess having many drivers is maybe a little problem. The biggest problem is people having money to buy the food.
Because some people work today. Their money is like they keep it because for the next.
They're not sure what's going to happen for the
yes,
future.
sir.
Yeah, okay,
Future,
that
sir.
makes sense. Yeah, because it's uncertain times, so you don't know what's going to happen a week later. Because Cebu City's gone back to ECQ,
Yes, sir.
so it's scary
So
time.
it is so hard that like before the crisis is there are a lot also riders, sir, but the orders are more coming, sir. And today the crisis there is a crisis. The orders are
Dropping. And do you fear for your health? How scared are you delivering?
We consider ourselves as a positive, sir, because our work is like going outside and many people hanging out.
Yeah.
Like, we get money to them like that, sir. We don't know that money is have a virus like that, sir. And that people has a virus because the virus, sir, we cannot see the virus today. This is a war, unseen war, sir. This is an unseen war today.
But do you fear for your life, or do you scared of, like? Yeah. Good luck and keep safe. Thank you very much. Take care. So yeah, your safety. Are you afraid? Like, do you spray your hands every time you
Yes,
get
sir.
money and all that? So
Yes, sir.
do you feel
We
scared?
always bring
You pray to God and.
we pray together, and we cannot say that people are not scared. We all people are scared because of this virus.
Yeah.
We riders are more scared of this because like what I said, the virus is unseen, sir. We cannot see the
Yeah,
virus.
you don't know.
sir.
Yeah. And
It is so scary, sir.
So how to become a driver? You just apply online. So you apply and you wait 2 months to say yeah, you're okay. What qualifications do you have to offer? Like, so basically you just need a motorbike and a cell phone and you can get a job. So we can get through this. We just need to pull together. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe out there and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.